Okay. So yeah. So I hope I got that part, whatever that is out there, and then we can go ahead and go on with this, because I guess that some elders of Israel visited me and asked me for a message from the Lord, and this is a message that came to me to give to them. All right. Son of the dust, these men worship idols. Their hearts should. So again, since we are talking about David, because this is also going off of the wisdom of Solomon, and we also going into the not the Testament of Solomon. I think it may be called the Testament or whatever of Solomon. That's a separate writing. Okay, that has the parts about in depth, I believe, about it. Also might be First Kings 1 through 11 too, that talk about these. All kind of like resonate like precept upon precept to me, with wisdom Solomon, the wisdom Solomon, the Lord, and the Lord's Spirit. So that's 4 entities to me. Okay, that's 4 entities. So that makes it sound right about the feminine energy and these 3 masculine energies. Yeah, or more. And hopefully we'll be able to break it down like to be able to see you for these visions and lies. Okay, yeah, visions and lies. Okay, my hand shall be against you, and you shall be cut off from amongst the leader of Israel. So I feel like this is something that somebody wants to do to somebody that's genuine in Israel, but it's actually going to happen to them. And like I said, this hand reminds me of that hand that's above my family coat of arms that is grabbing all of that wheat and holding it tightly together. Matter of fact, I told you I got French provincial furniture, and the same symbol is on my table. And I feel like it do have to do with fascism. It also has to do with something here. This might be why these people, because these people were out of control, okay? And they didn't like the empress can separate the wheat from the tare, okay? She had the rule to judge that, okay? So that wheat at the feet of the empress in the tarot, because the Torah is in the tarot and the tarot is in the Torah, represent those angry people that have been, going at the empress angrily, you know what I'm saying? And with their plowshare and their hooks, which makes me think about Russia, because I feel like that might be in their coat of arms, or the USSR or something. It might have something to do with that. Okay, because usually they've been able to get away with this, is what I'm hearing. I mean, there's definitely heavy presence of ancestors here today. Maybe because I just slowed down and kind of went within. And they tattletales just like I guess I am to God. Because these are people that had severe unjust things happen to them in the past, right? Esther and them, Inanna and them. These are American gods. Isis is the next one that came out here. The goddess of magic, sexual energy. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Okay? Oh. See, because again, we have to discern what kind of sexual energy we're talking about. Sexual energy can be you being a lord or the president, because it says they picked somebody to preside in the east of the garden, right? So they put a man there. So probably they feel like they killed Israel. It's kind of making me think about, no disrespect, and I was hearing something about Tracy Eraxon, okay? And reading between the lines, I feel like that's what I don't know, I feel like it, again, my condolences, but I feel like this is also, if you read between the lines, speaking of a certain person of society that would not be publicized as passing away or leaving or dying, because this whole thing, like in the last video I said, was about somebody saying you can't die and come back to life, right? Or you only live once, YOLO or whatever, or that kind of energy. But what I'm saying is, when we realize what living means, okay, and that the Lord God created living creatures, these are people that were created. They were put together, mixed up, probably hung on family trees, passion fruit, strange fruit, okay? These are people that were brought in and hung on those trees while they executed or used genocide on the original people, or even just pushed them to the side and mammified them, while again they exalted these foreigners that were getting brought in above them. okay? Or that was not in the line of succession. They brought these people in, okay? Or even use ladder energy, okay? Because now we see in a lot of families now, with, racial blending and mixing, that, a lot of people have lighter versions of them. So again, that's Israel, okay? And then we know that interracial dating started to get pushed. Not that it's anything, like I said, you think what you want to think about it. We're not talking about the people, the individuals, or their livelihood or nothing. We're talking about this as an agenda or something that's coming in from higher up, okay? Started to get popular in the 90s, okay? So not many so-called black families can say that they don't have somebody that have in their lineage some light babies now, okay? So again, that's Israel and light. Same thing when in the beginning, Israel and then light. We broke down Israelite, and that's just how I see it. Okay, we can be talking about complexion, but we can also be talking about watered down genes, or those who have been grafted into bloodlines or drawn in by the hand. See, these are the things that are going to get these people caught up in sin. The things that they did with their hands, rewriting history, rewriting, also again on the media, using certain names to talk about things when they're actually talking about other people. But this is why they didn't want some of us to be so, popular. This is why I feel like they cut down channels and they block channels and mess with the algorithm, because they didn't want you to get too big on your own. Because once these people stop observing you and sharing your information wherever they're sharing it, then you're done. It's almost like you have to start from a baby again to get whatever they were doing, trying to exploit you to make you look bad. You might have gained people that actually feel like they like you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they try to do to tear you down actually could have flipped around on these people. Okay? And I'm talking about this is a large group of people here. Some, like I said, I feel like we're talking about royal heirs. Okay? We have Rabia, the queen of saintly women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. So again, me dealing with the ancestors and God, okay? Because something new is being done, okay? And the books are open, like it says in Revelations. This makes it so that they can't sit there and make up their own narrative. You can kind of rebuttal or go back. And I feel like this is why these deity or these guys with the little g like women that don't talk that much, because how can you speak up? What if I never would have said nothing about whatever is going on here? You see what I'm saying? Because the Bible says that okay, we got Lilith, the first woman, okay? I am the voice in body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Exactly. So again, you can't kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dying. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And it's funny how I yesterday was saying that I'm not dying. They just saying that to try to get rid of me. And I feel like that's this whole thing was to get rid of the first feminine energy that could be the first president, period. Okay? Or first lady. And somebody didn't like the fact that damn, she could probably be the president, because you with that Adam energy, or in the beginning, it goes back to that androgynous energy, where you get, when you balance out, like that card we pulled last night, when you balance out the masculine and feminine energy. Some of us are like that. It might be that reptilian blood, okay? And again, and that's why you see this reptilian energy on this page of swords here, that's trying to place his wand somewhere, because this is what they need. They need because pages are usually youthful, or they don't have much. They don't have nothing. They just coming to penetrate or to bring or birth, and like that's what they're like, a messenger or something. All right. And so again, this person would not. So this is what I feel like they were trying to do. Trying to get the empress or another energy, a queen or anybody, you know what I'm saying, emperor or whatever, to fall, because they couldn't ruin your reputation, because somebody look at them and say, but what you do behind the closed doors? How you gonna try to just put this person out on Front Street, or put only the negative things? Even when you put the negative things out, there's still some positive. And I feel like this is what it was. People micromanaging your words, or that's what management is about. And I feel like also, it teaches that as above, so below, that you can't judge a book by its cover. So when I started dealing with these people that have come in the past and connecting with other soul siblings, as above, so below, I didn't judge them in no kind of way here, because I feel like what this is they try to lump all of us together into a certain place or whatever and judge what was going on here. Okay. So I feel like that's that part of that, the seers and stuff that were just making up stuff. And I feel like that's why Source took me to that part in the Bible yesterday, seeing what was going on right then and there. Because any other pages we could have went to in this whole Bible, but that's where we went. Okay, so like I said, it cover it with whitewash. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is just what this is here. Okay. Also, claiming that like even the things that we judge people above for, we're not realizing there's a shadow energy or a higher energy or of that 1% or something right here that has done the blackmailing to these people, have drugged these people, and then knowing that their whole livelihood is at stake. Okay, this is why I started doing what I was doing, but people didn't like what I was. They got in their emotions and their feelings about it instead of seeing it from a different place or what God might be saying. Because again, that's what the whole thing is. People are losing their, and with this whole AI and New World Order, we're losing that aspect of God. It's just been lost because everybody is worshiping Satan, that almighty dollar, and what people do with it. It's the root of all evil to me when you use it to do horrible things. Other than that, it's just a piece of fiat paper. It's just a piece of paper, okay? And that's just how I look at it, okay? So again, people are claiming that Jerusalem is going to have peace, but again, they should. But somebody's saying no, they not. Somebody, this is like family lines and bloodlines that have had it out for each other for a very long time, for power. It's a power struggle. Okay, this is about a power struggle here, and entrapment or blackmail or these particular things. And if your whole livelihood is at stake, or if you speak the truth and you can be canceled, like cancel culture, you see, this is a problem. So this is the thing why I feel like we just read something like some people can say something, but you can say it all. They don't like that. Okay. But so I feel like they felt like when I came to this portion of the Bible that I would be quiet because of my youth. But it's not the case. Because there's all types of manipulation. This means that these people have been watching you since you were born, okay? Knew who you was, tagged you before you were born. They knew who we were and that we were coming. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, all right? And then they tried to, again, like I said, for the past year with this whole term, this Jacob's trouble that started with the Jacob Blake trial, more than likely, that happened in a town, okay, where I was at, okay? This was the start of that. And then for the last 2 years, they've been watching it real close to try to catch somebody doing something. They want to prove to somebody. See, because look what it say right here. And the Lord says, which is just the Lord, okay? For great punishment awaits Jerusalem to destroy all life. War, okay? Now, if we really knew where this war was happening, they give us the perception that it's somewhere else. But I told you, the spiritual aspect, maybe even the physical, if we really knew what these terms mean that they're using, just like the nuclear energy. Go back and watch the nuclear video, and then we could go ahead and debate if it might be something else. But I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. God ain't going to have no people dream dreams and visions and predictions and stuff like this for it not to be what it is. You have to trust and discern and, see what you see in the world and see. Because if you have eyes to see, you'll see, ears to hear, you will hear. Some of the things you may not. So that's what we talk about, things that are seen and unseen, past, present, and future here. All right. So again, somebody's going to pour out their fury. This means cameras. This means attacks, nuclear energy, biological, biometric energy, all this fifth generation energy. This is what somebody is saying. Pouring out that's a part of the fury here. An epidemic of disease into the land, disease. That's what I'm telling you. This leak or whatever all this stuff is, it was to annihilate a certain group of people here. And a plague kills man and beast alike. Again, the world card. But guess who is not affected? And guess who? And see, this is why okay. So again, the sharp sickle. Okay. So guess who's not going to be affected? This person here in the middle, these two wands, whatever this scarf is that's wrapped around her body, and whoever this, if you look on this thing on the regular card by her ear, it's a little tiny person sitting on this platform right here. So that's what I'm saying. See, and she looking back like she's listening. This could be your ancestors. This could represent, somebody might say it's the devil on your shoulder. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil, Satan, Lucifer, the morning star, all these are different energies to me. It's not the same thing. Okay? So, again, everybody's going to be affected, but these people. But I feel like they broke the rules. They tried to remove this person out. That's why we pulled this here. Okay? Where is it? We did pull the one already when she was walking out of this. And I think this was a whole thing. Luring her out of that protection. Yeah. Okay? So that she could be, maybe judged alone. Even putting the wands down when these wands represent people. These wands represent beings that she's been intertwined with for a long time, possibly. Or even during birth, okay? A birthing of a nation. This was somebody supposed to go on and be a leader, a world leader. But they tried to, analyze what she would do if they pushed her off of here and didn't have, like this, even somebody that may be able to have to leave their home and their footing is off. And for a tourist, that's not proper, okay? And so this would be somebody that would have to go on a journey and do what they have to do. Maybe lay on their back for money, okay? And then they will be able to catch this person doing something that they didn't catch. And when they can't do that, okay, to cause death, which is in reverse here, okay, to this energy here. And when they couldn't do that, then they got, holographic or whatever, they night goggles. And, this is the energy, like I told you, of the administration leaving someone, like this is what it say about in the Tanakh, okay, about them actually wiping their hands clean of it, but they'll allow other energies like Russia and China to come in and with war and famine and all this other shit, okay? So they don't want, we're not going in, we're not helping, we're not sending nobody, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If the head be sick, I'm telling you, all right? Or if the body is sick, whatever it is, something is not right about it. And that's why this fucking tower. This is why Goliath, the most powerful person, doesn't even have to be in strength or body or member. It could be the strength of the mustard seed of somebody that makes wonders happen because this is God's chosen one. It just is what it is. Can create a tower for the same people that wanted to create the tower for her or him or them. This is a masculine and a feminine energy. And I'm hearing like We Belong Together by Mariah Carey, which came on the other day, and I hadn't heard that in a long time in my stream. Okay? So again, that was this energy of this Page of Swords, somebody trying to come in and damage something for good. Okay? They might have been trying to do something temporary because it said temporary illness in that card last night. So this might have been somebody and they were trying to do severe damage, okay? And something happened that blocked them and locked them up or did something to somebody. Somebody tried to come in here and do something with a sharp sickle or something here, okay? Kill somebody, poison somebody, something, and the ancestors got on their ass. And that's why they're here today. So they say we're going to sit them down and once and for all, just go. And again, that's what it is. And I feel like it's also this energy of this masculine here. Okay, and we got the David card here. Okay, this masculine here that have this energy, what it said, that hold these other women close to their heart. Okay, and this in turn is not Israel's fault. Okay, makes this wheel of fortune go in because it was planned that way. Makes this wheel of fortune go in. They thought it was, but they saying, how is this person still talking? How we saying that this person is dead, or we asked this person to leave and they not moving? It's not, because this is the energy of this person that will leave the 99 to come back for the one, and that one is the only one that's really covered by the water. Okay, I feel like this is what energy we dealing with because they know they wrong. I don't know why I'm hearing like UN or something, like they know they wrong about what they doing or what they did. Yeah, this is my King David card. And then, like I said, hidden behind the moon. So somebody is trying to come in with some kind of offer. This 5 of Cups. Is this the 5? No, 6 of Cups energy with some kind of offer or something like this. Okay? Because they know what they did. Yeah, because they wanted to leave somebody out in the cold. And this might be a Queen of Wands energy. But see, this is what they won't tell you, that in there behind their secret societies, whatever the Queen of Wands is doing is because she was a part of these societies. She might not have held the code. She didn't have the workbook. She didn't know the name. But because of lineage or whatever, this person's already grafted into some of these groups here. All right? But they didn't want you to learn the secret code or be able to conduct yourself because they wanted you to fall. It was meant for you to fall. And it's going to say it right up in here when it says that you're like a child that was naked and like this or whatever. Okay, and your mother must have been a Hittite. Yeah. So I feel like somebody was coming in with some drama and somebody said, psych. Y'all can go back the other way with that. And now these people are being left in shambles here. because of what they were doing. All right. And this is the person, the Three of Wands, that's about to go out on this venture anyway, even though the world is saying that this person is dead. I'm talking about just like the energy of being dead. Like they found crimes, they think against somebody that they can lock them up in a mental prison or something so these people can always have access. And the whole thing is because this person didn't want to accept the cup, because they didn't want to face this energy that was in this, even though the divine is these already sitting here. So he already kind of went through, selected these. The divine like, take this one, this is the one. And the person like, nah, I don't want that. And so again, it is what it is. So this probably put a part of the sun or the sun in reverse here. Is what I feel. It put the sun in reverse. And then also brought in a new energy. Or this might be the old energy as well with this Empress here. And the fact that she's pregnant here does make me think it's a feminine energy that is birthing something or creating something or either pregnant. And this person, so this Page of Wands represent another person that they trying to send in to penetrate this female's energy in whatever way. This would be poking a hole in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? It could be poking a hole in your fucking womb. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be whatever it will be. Okay. And then, like I said, with the sword or the sharp sickle, while this lion sleeps tonight, okay, somebody stop them from doing severe damage to this person so that they can still go off and go in on this journey here. Now, it might not be with the original sun here, because I'm feeling like something happened to the original sun where this person was sent far away. They were disconnected from telepathic communication because eventually they were sent in by the government. But while it didn't work, the government left the equipment behind so that these people can run rampant and do fucked up shit to people. Okay, to empresses, queens, high priestesses, all these individuals that are supposed to go on into the kingdom. And then they try to hurry up and seal up the kingdom of heaven to make sure that the empress can't get in. Probably by impregnating her, or again, if we could think about immaculate conception or whatever, okay, because they seen that she was not going into temptations or old ways or anything like this, and so they had to make, if they can't find nothing about you, they're gonna make it up. Same thing could be happening with the masculine energy, and that's why I feel God came in and caused these people to have to sit down. That's what I feel this is talking about here. All right, and it says you will agree. All right. It says, if there are survivors, then they come here to join you as exiles in Babylon. You will see with your own eyes how wicked they are. But again, I don't see this with my outside eyes. It's almost like your third eye or some kind of crown chakra activity, or this sensing, or this reptilian part of the brain that can sense danger or sense things that's going on around you that you may not normally do. Okay. And you will know it was right for me to destroy Jerusalem. And you will agree when you meet them that it is not without cause that all these things are being done to Israel. And I feel like this is, again, I feel like this is talking about people that may hit, like, okay, if you think about it. I think somebody even said this the other day. Back in the day at grandma's house. Okay. Everybody had, in most, a lot of big families or whatever, there was always an uncle or auntie or somebody that never left your mama's house. So again, the way society is looking at these people is that they're worthless. They can't do nothing. They don't do nothing. But they know that these people hold the key to something in their DNA. So they keep them around. They pay them food stamps or whatever and things like this and keep them in that mindset generation after generation. But then again, the black sheep is the one that was selected by God, but society called it the black sheep, cut it off, isolated it, made it an island for people to come and take what they want from the island. Okay? And then now we're in a time where they're ready to slew or slaughter these people here after they got everything they feel like they need from them, and they've altered idols to put in place of these people here. All right, and everybody can't always see this, but I think a lot of people acting stupid as if they don't, because they know that what they see and what they did, but they just trying to win at all costs. Okay, because it is a race. That's what race means. It's about a race to the top. Right. That's why you even see in American Gods when Shadow Moon God heard something, I think Wednesday called him something or made him mad or whatever, and he went on that journey up the hill of those dead bones, and he said, I could still do it, and he turned away like it was like he was dead, and he was climbing up that mountain or whatever in order to be living again. Okay, so they can go off and find a wife. Remember, that's what so again, twin flame energy right there. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, as they're useful as trees. Okay, let's see. Because I think we already read this part yesterday. I set myself against them to see to it that if they escape from one fire, they will fall into another. And then you shall know that. Okay, so this is somebody, like I said, this is somebody, this is a trickster, a liar, or somebody right here that's trying to set somebody up. It just is what it is. Okay, being burned, it's almost like Daniel being burned in a fire. So they are useless before and after they are put in the fire. Again, and this, matter of fact, this made me think about them chipping away at somebody's your pride a little bit, but like it's like I'm titanium. Like you could set me down, but I'm really just I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, like this, because I don't mind constructive criticism, and I like to look at the bad side that I did so I can refine and see. They don't want people to actually really heal. Okay, they want to give the appearance that people have healed. That's what these people specialize in. All right, and so yeah. Yeah, this is why they forever will show the negative side of you most of the time and not the good side. But in the background, they're loving the good side of you. They're hearing your ideas and your things. They're writing them down. They're giving them, also having other people listening to the language of you. Other people, so they can learn your ways and your habits, so they can then go off to be you. And it's not about your skin color most times. It's about who you are. They don't want the real deal in the spot. They don't want the real bloodlines of the American gods in the spot, because they know all these sexual immoralities by letting people within our gates and all these other things is going to end. A lot of these feminine energies are these people that work for one of these masculine energies, okay, in the seer community. They know that whatever they have going on with some of these women, or a certain amount of them, they think it can end for them. All right, so is this about talking about the gifts and the cars and the clothes and the shoes and slippers and jewelry and things that these women are getting? Okay, and then it's making me think about this competition, or this Two of Pentacles energy with me and one of these feminines that I can sense that's attached to one of these masculines. And again, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, that would be weird if this person had a double life, or somebody else was also in his likeness living this life, right? Because I would have to say, how can that happen? This person was going to work every single day, and unless they wasn't going to work, that's the only way. They come home exactly at the same time every day, or within an hour or two of it, and then that's it. Every weekend, stay home all weekend, every single day, didn't do any for years. So how am I supposed to believe this person had a double life? So this is when the ancestors are saying, look a little bit deeper. So I'm thinking, okay, the only way this could have been is if this person was swapped out for somebody that's in the likeness. Now, since the God showed me the secrets of how children, how some people are formed, okay? Artificial energy, and then, some of us old God energy, okay? Maybe even with that Yakub energy here, okay? So, this, basically this is representing that. So that person, when I found that death certificate with me and my children's name on it, his name on it, either something happened to him back then, and somebody in his likeness was placed there, and maybe this person, when they was going to work, was actually going on a flight to some. Because I seen these things happening in my dreams, man. I hear it's like somebody just yelling it to me. Now it's either him, like I said, or somebody in the likeness of him that is living a double life. We know that, like in the past, when it came to kings and queens, because there was no internet and stuff like that, that somebody could be playing king and queen in a whole nother part of town or a whole nother location here. Okay. I think the same thing happened to Francis and Mary. So then you wonder how some of these women or some of these kingdoms went down. You know what I'm saying? You wonder if there was something shady or something going on. I mean, I just wonder sometimes. Yeah. So I think this time right here, what we're talking about is somebody sitting here and seeing how wicked the people are. Okay, so 21 years old, right? So this is making me think, well, okay. All right. So this is giving me that energy of like past lives or past decades or whatever. 21, okay? It's making me think about what might have been even going on in my life at that time, okay? And I was a new mother at that time. And I feel like this, when they say with the world trade happened, That was also an insurrection of something. So when they say they just gave up on whatever they was doing, their habits or whatever, see, this make me think about them also trying to turn somebody into a whore. Okay? Well, Babylon, we got the Babylon and the whore of Babylon. There's a doppelganger energy that has been in my energy field for a very long time. Would be a portion of family that would, they got, college education. These are the people that they would look at as like, these are the good ones. But they really got rotten stuff going on behind them. And like, even if you look at a lower class community, there's some people that women might be a little bit more promiscuous or just kicking it, how we used to do back in the day or whatever. That would be being exposed, while these people in secret societies would be covered. And these people were looking for love or depressed in the ghettos or looking for something, looking for a daddy or something like this, or things that was being done systematically to communities that make people act in a certain way here. While these people on this side that was, part of these societies and everything like this, with a silver or gold spoon in their mouth, you know what I'm saying? They make sure that this stuff is hidden about them, because these are the idols that they plan to place in the positions of these real American people that usually end up staying in the hood. So whenever a flood comes in, everybody that comes in, okay, in the 80s and 90s, Mexicans were coming in from Mexico, okay? And then now we have these newer people. It's a nonstop flood, nonstop. And all the time, the American Indians or so-called black people stay in the same situation, because it's not a priority to these people. It's a priority to bring people from Africa. And this is no offense against these people. We're talking about the agenda itself. And all these other places give them grants and all these services and put them in positions of your healthcare, your financial institutions, your political arena. Now, and I'm talking about white, so-called white people too, okay? Because again, we see who are, dying from this fentanyl shit. It's their children. So again, while we might be, in the 90s, they said it was AIDS or whatever like this, all this stuff is intertwined. It always affects the American people. It just is what it is. It just really is what it is at the end of the day. It just is. And if we want to get to the bottom of it, you have to start there. This is not saying that nobody had to, I just don't. But it creates generational so-called curses. You get what I'm saying? And generational wealth comes to the people that have been here 30 years or less, that have been able to come here and be abundant, right? Now, we still crafty. We still got music under wraps. We still got, clothing, fashion. They all look to you for these things, for shucking and jiving, right? Birthing babies and being, these specimens for these alien groups to come in and probe, okay? Because again, when we think about this, when we're talking about like children being adopted and stuff like this, excuse me, little white babies are more sought after than brown babies. So again, it's like something like this, how it affects us as a whole. But as long as we divide it and they let us keep thinking it's about your skin color and not who we are, okay, then it just works for them to divide and conquer. And since we didn't give them no race war, we got the pestilence. And since we didn't give them this, then that. Since they came and started spying on us, and we didn't give them the pleasure of seeing us out in the streets and kicking it and partying or whatever. Or, some people have grown up and they don't, smoke drugs or do weed or whatever. I'm just saying as a whole, they had to create a scenario. They had to bring Jacob's trouble. Do you see what I'm saying? Jinn energy, okay? Documents when it comes to the Moorish energy, okay? The things that are hidden in the dark behind the Muslim energy of how they really feel about women, okay? Even though they profess with their mouth, what they really say behind closed doors, because I can sense that. See, that's what this energy of this world card is. She knows, that's Inanna energy. She knows the secrets of heaven. Heaven is her abode. She might even have a duplicated version of her in fucking heaven somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Where she's in that nuclear energy here, okay? But also the earth is her footstool, all right? So as soon as the people of the earth get wind of that, well, they want her out the way anyways, or it's crabs in the bucket. They want to pull her down with them, all right? But it's almost like that suspended in air. So that the heavens don't like this person and the earth. And so we got that Montreal energy here of that lion being pressed. That's the empress. That's the empress. That's what that coat of arms of Montreal represents. So they came here thinking for sure that once they put these hidden cameras and once they do these things, the surveilling or whatever, that they was gonna find something. And they were shocked that they didn't, or they might have found something that somebody lost a bit of it. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not getting paid for this. I didn't sign up for nobody to put me on no reality TV show or exploit me. I don't have, what do I look like coming on here telling you everything I do and think for 24 hours? Okay, and of course, if I'm doing this and I get upset and I maybe rant to someone in my home. These are the things that they tried to prop up and put. Well, look what she said over here or whatever. But it still wouldn't be nothing that I wouldn't say to you on here. But because it's a channel that I'm trying to grow and be some kind of inspiration possibly for other people, of course, I'm not going to maybe say everything that I would say behind the scenes. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't say it to you or explain it to you in a way. Again, like I always said, people got mad at me about I said, who is the people that we have to worry about most when we leave our house in the so-called ghetto? Who are we more worried about, or how many people are killed by police or whoever other people, and how many people killed by our own people? So again, when we think about these things, people get mad and whatever want to come at me so sideways, but it is what it is. And when it comes to who is lawmakers and all these other things, and they doing these things by paper and everything to try to keep us in certain systematic things and views and opinions and stuff like that, who is the more likely of those people that's doing it? Well, okay. So I don't know what nobody else want to say, but I feel like this was somebody trying to prove a point about somebody after God washed them. And it says here, right? This is that clip. This is that thing I put up today. Okay. It says, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. I feel like this is my plea to Source years ago. And then again, a couple years ago. All right. But I feel like this is a plea of me, a plea to me from a masculine or somebody, a feminine, somebody. Okay. Coming to this feminine energy saying this. And it says, for if we go sinning deliberately after receiving knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins. Okay. And then it says, and the voice came to him again. This is oh, see the way that this is, I don't know. No, maybe this is, I'll say Exodus 21 through 26. Okay. It says, and a voice came to him again a second time. What God has made clean, do not call common. Okay. So I feel like this is saying, like, if God washed somebody, you know, they not considered a commoner, peasants or servants or common. You know, this is somebody that's holy. You see what I'm saying? I feel. Because I think I was asking about something about a holy child or something like this. Because I felt like Source was telling me something about somebody going to be having a child or something. And so, you know, it was making me think like somebody had, like I said, it was because like this sneak attack keep being on my mind of somebody trying to inject something or something. Okay. And, you know, yeah. So yeah. Okay. And so I was just wondering like something here. Okay. Because it was like being shown to me like this is like some kind of trick that somebody's trying to do on somebody, or trying to like defile somebody of high status here with trickery. But then also something was telling me, the ancestors was telling me something was beneficial or something had to happen in order for somebody to be able to, like it was somebody was going to be gifted something in their womb, maybe healing of the womb or a child or something like this for some reason. Okay. And I just can't really, you know, so I feel like whatever someone was telling me is that somebody false is trying to come and do something here and just send some random, and then one of these things is a blessing from the Lord, okay? Or from God. All right. So that's what I mean. Again, you can discern this is a universal message. It's whoever it resonates with, okay? So I don't know, I wrote perseverance and resilience, okay? So we're going to go ahead and look. So they talk about useful trees. So again, this is also making me think about somebody going throughout the land to find the most beautiful or the most powerful or most, abundant people. Now, society is going to look for the ones that make the most money, okay? And try to pair them up with other people that make the most money. God is looking for those that's abundant within gifts within themselves. The thing is, one that's okay, so son of man, son of God, okay? One is going to be more abundant in natural abilities in nature. The other may be more abundant in financial wealth. Those two together build a kingdom, okay? But I feel like some of these people went against that or had some kind of something in there, however people are raised or whatever, that, and then also I feel like some as shallow as maybe skin color or body shape. It just depends, okay? And I feel like God, this is this tower here because somebody's saying, oh no. And the Black Hawk energy made me think about ancestors. And that's like somebody saying, oh no, you're going to take my most prized possession. You're going to try to do what with it? Because you ain't calling yourself healing. And I feel like that's where we at right here, okay? To defile. So I woke up feeling like, oh my goodness, something happened last night, and I still can't tell if this was an act of mercy or an act of God or what, something was fixed or something was ruined, because I kind of feel like whatever this is like that Yeshua energy where Yeshua is going to die or something or be gone. And, this Mary energy is going to, or this Black Madonna, because we brought that up too, is going to be left with this child here that's supposed to either be a blessing for her or make it a burden, some energy for her, okay? And whatever this is going to force this Queen of Swords or a Queen of Swords energy could be a masculine too, to look at themselves in the mirror, okay? So again, this is what I think this is what we started with. I feel like somebody trying to call somebody else about their past, and it's like, wait a minute, have you looked at your past, and then have you looked at what you promote now? So yeah, I feel like that's it. And since we had the Queen of Cups, which was in reverse until I just flipped it, this is making me think about seers, watchers on the wall, people that would be tapping into your camera on your computer, your phone, spying on you, tapping your phones, whatever. And people judging you from what you do in private. All right? Because it does say something about here. It's like, it's different about what you show to the world and what you do in private, but it's really not. When we're talking about YouTube, you're usually, it's a brand. I think I was just talking to my daughter about branding. When you're creating a brand. Okay? Nobody's doing a reality TV show here. They're building a brand. Somehow. But I guess that some groups are not able to do that. They don't want you to be able to do that. That's why they restrict your platform and your channel and your finances to give everybody else a head start. And those are going to be the children of God. The children of God is not going to be around here in real life flossing, which made me think some people above might just be flossing. You see what I'm saying? Or it's however they chose to use their come up. Okay? Because in King Solomon, we see the devil is putting that torch to this person's butt for him to get this lady's bunch of grapes. So that King Solomon energy, which is the the King of Pentacles on here, either he has a contractual agreement with some feminine energies to build a nation, or these are harvests of women that are not aware that they have been contacted by other beings, possibly. Okay, follow the air and man with his technology. They're not aware. These are talking about things that are seen and unseen. They're not aware that they have been contacted. So these people could be hearing it. You got to get wind of something and connect the dots, because you would not be aware of this happening. It's also making me think about being in your north node in a higher learning or a higher something here, where maybe as a youthful person in a lustful ways, you may have been dealing with more of your sacral and your root area. Okay? That might even be how you were communicating with people in, exchanging with people. And now some of us are in our dome. And so you see what I'm saying? But you have to watch out for, I don't know what this little creature is that's right here on this platform next to her head. But so you have to watch out for that too. But also, again, the Anunnaki energy, and you have your energy of man and his technology here. And they know that you can see what they do. So what they're trying to do is ruin you before you ruin them, or before you point the finger at the heavens. They're already looking down on you and exposing you to the earth, the heavens and the earth, okay? As that star energy, because they already know who the star is. They already know who's coming out. So that whole thing about 20 years in Afghanistan is like, But then we call Chicago Chirac, okay? Because we think about there's more people that died there than damn near in Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken. All right? So what was the real spiritual aspect of the war? While they gave us perceptions of what was going on over there, what was really going on? Okay? So again, this is a time I feel they were making a spectacle that you may have been under surveillance or we talk about biometrics right now, but you know that when we talk about this, that we could be 20, 30 years behind. You see what I'm saying? Something could have already been planted while we sit here worried about it being in the antidote, or we sitting here worried about something other fifth generation. That's just to pull it all together. It's some question about them drawing blood, or even the shots and stuff you get in the hospital as a babe. Even the little stuff they put in your eye, the eye droppers that they put in your eye. I did some research on that, and I was like, oh. We might have did a video on it, but I don't know. But I was like, after my D baby was born, I'm like, Let alone they take the babies out of the room. That's why they didn't let them take my baby. No, they don't need no bath. No, just leave them right there. No. Oh, but you have two of them. Don't you need it? No, leave them right here. Don't even touch. They come up in the room at night. What you doing? No, it's okay. So they probably took my babies back there one time. No, I got like, nah. Like, that's just how I always been. Yeah, they didn't like that though. You could see they be outside the door whispering, but it's just like, nah, these my babies. I don't know what y'all doing back there. You know, like, shit, just leave them right here, you know? So anyways, okay, let's keep on moving. So it's just, it's funny how I feel like before this 2 years, there's nobody that you can meet in my life that would say that I was a bad mother. They gave me praise as a mother. But I feel like when whoever came around snooping around 2 years ago and bribing and paying and kicking and chilling with the family that didn't maybe even approach me to find out about me, found out those things, so they had to put, surveillance to see what they think they see. And they had to go ahead and bring turmoil. It's almost like somebody using magic. That's why all these magic cards are in reverse. Like cut off their food supply, cut off their money, do this and do that. See how she live now. You know what I'm saying? Make it so she can't go get her hair done, her nails done all the time. See how she fit. Do she still care about God then? It's kind of like Job energy. We did it. Those do saying here, if Noah, Daniel, and Job were here. Okay, so I feel like that's what they were doing. Put some infidelity charges. Put it in her ear about this. You see, that's what I'm saying. Being careful about this here. Maybe that's the tarot root. I don't know that you've been warned about. The daughter of the village chief. Because that's who's mainly going to be in this situation here. Under some kind of, initiation ritual or something, humiliation, something. But the thing is, they don't plan on letting this person in anyway. But this time they're going to have to. So I feel like that's what we're talking about. All right, so this is Lord energy seemingly working, and Lord God energy seemingly working against Jerusalem or God or Heru. And this also made me think about Heru, okay? Or Ra, or sun God energy. Maybe even Adonai, or something that outdates. Some go back to Hebrew, or even outdates, what we call today Christianity in Islam. I'm talking about what was created in Genesis 1 prior to the moon, the stars, in the sun being placed. The seasons. or seasonings or salt of the earth energy, possibly. Or that intertwining, because that's the subduing, which we broke down heavily, and replenishing of the people. Okay? But they had not made it rain on the earth. Now, if this energy is the Mother Earth energy or the wisdom energy that happened to be on the plane at the time, on the planet, this means that they didn't let nothing bad happen. They didn't rain on her parade. They didn't either tell what she was doing, expose how she lived, or it means that they did not actually turn up the heat or put the camera, whatever they're doing to research or whatever. They had not. That's why the UK rain or Ukraine energy is here. And I feel like something about Crimea or Crimea River is like that energy of like the bridges is burned. You burn your bridges with somebody, okay? Some group. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think they like when I talk about the United States Corporation versus America, and then, you know, Russia and China energy, those world powers or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know why this new Green Deal. I don't know why somebody want me to look at that, but that's what something is saying. Aria Dene. This is kind of funny because I think this is I just seen some name like this. Okay. Mistress of Labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way is through. Yeah, I feel like maybe this is talking about somebody going through it, going through something, penetrating, going through something, or even just a maze here. I don't know why I'm hearing demon time. So again, let's read this real quick so we can be done with this part. Speak to Jerusalem of her loathsome sins. Now, this could be talking about a man, a woman, a group of people, a town, whatever. Okay? This just what this could be talking about at this time. Hopefully we'll clarify what it might be talking about. Okay? Okay? This could be an announcement being made to a certain region. Anything like this, okay? Tell her the Lord God says you are no better than the people of Canaan. Okay? Your father must have been an Amorite and your mother a Hittite. Okay? And it says, when you were born, no one cared for you. Okay? Now, this could be talking about somebody that's born. Like when you was a baby and you came out your mother's womb. But this could also be representing about when you were birthed. Nobody cared. That birthing could represent you being in this womb here. Okay? Come on now. I probably need to do a better job of keeping up with this. When you're in that womb, goodness. Okay, right here. Versus stepping out here. Okay? So it's like this sheltered energy was what I felt like the first year and a half when I feel like I was walking with Source or a higher power or the ancestors. Then, for some reason, I came out, but I feel like there was this luring, pulling, come this way, do this and that. But it always took me back to Christ saying, if somebody say I'm here or there, don't go. Or in the desert or whatever, don't go. Okay? The Yeshua energy. Okay? But I feel like, yeah, this is this energy of somebody being in here, being trained or whatever, or watched, right? Because actually they don't never really meant for you to get out and go into this livelihood, but God is doing something different this time. All right? To show, like I was reading yesterday, the foolishness of the wisdom of this world is foolishness to God, right? Because this God energy or this gate, this lion's gate energy is looking out and probing the world. Just like they probing her and they looking at her, she can probe different parts that they can't. So it's like, if this person is, naked, bare, she probably don't have nothing, whatever. And this is God's way of showing his work, showing out. I feel the source, ancestors, whatever, spirit showing out. Because would be like the apple of his eye or her eye. Okay. And having some where, you might go to one of those stuffy parties or something where they're like, oh, my daughter was the head of her, this and that, and this department and alumni and da, 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 da. But, usually when you're gifted, people are against you. They're talking against you. Oh, she crazy. She did it. And that's why I said about when we talk about hate crimes, or when we talk about, systematic things that so-called the white man do, we have to be assured that we bring up the things that we do and our parents did that also molded our minds to remove our feet. See? And family members going behind your back, and co-workers and other people that you were supposed to be born with or whatever, doing the same thing to cut off your steps from your growth when you're supposed to get your flowers. And I think that's what that girl on that channel was saying, that they treated Tracy like poop, is what she was saying. And they never gave her flowers. So why are they going to sit there and try to put on this show and give her flowers after her death? And I feel like spiritually, somebody's trying to kill me, or socially, somebody's trying to kill me and trying to give somebody something. But it's after you think you knocked me off of that podium, or you think you knocked me off of this, because see, but this is a forever thing. This is something that they cannot do. So it's like you just was a waste of your time, almost. Like even I feel like putting these energies here on my children, taking portions of me and now giving these rights over to the children or whatever, or the next generation. But it's not supposed to be read like that. It's this generation. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, but we a little bit too. So it's almost like they selected a group that they don't want to let into heaven, because we still revolutionary or activists, the people that still have to make a change here. All right. And we tired of being your monkey in a cage or your bird in a cage. We want to go out and do the things that connect with the people that, just same way that these people been connecting behind the scenes to try to cause tower moments in our life here and watching and stalking on us and stuff like this. So it's almost like pushing these people out the way and showing what they've been doing so they can't do it no more. So we can go on and do whatever it is we're supposed to be doing. But almost to some of these feminine energies, it's too late. There's not that many supposed emperors or masculines. And so even though they were all this empress might be the one that brought them to the milkshake that brought the boys to the yard, the girls get to laugh and say, look what you left with now. Where's your God now? Ha ha. So this was what makes me think that either this person is being sent away, this person has been cut off from communication with me, or this person is dead. Because I feel like whatever this is, this may have something to do with a double life or something, and this person don't want to face me. So this person, I don't know. I feel like something like this, okay? I feel like somebody was coming around asking my family members and stuff, and having dealings with them. I feel like, it's like, if you think about, like, again, Angelina and Brad in that movie, when they found that they were on the same case, and then they would have to eliminate each other because they cannot, once they know or whatever, they can't remain. But they were like going into retirement or whatever, okay? And so I feel like that's what it is. And I feel like this masculine chose to take another person and into my destiny that I was born and bred to do. Okay? And leave me out in the cold after they brought these people into Jerusalem to study. We did the video on the language, right, of Jerusalem. So they brought these idols in here, these women in the likeness of someone like the empress, in order to learn her ways and learn all these things so that they can use her instead. Okay? And in time of doing this, these women poked fun and laughed. And so that's the other part that I think we were reading the other day, and mocked and everything when she was being torn down. So I feel like this is maybe going in another direction to go after another feminine energy here. The ones that were laughing and mocking at the empress when her stuff went down. Okay? On some slick stuff. Okay? And that's just what it is. And the answers already told me that don't even worry, because these people going to want to come back and at least have some questions for you after they go through whatever they go through with these women. Because we know what we was doing when we sent you. And that's not even to even brag, or that ain't even to put nothing unnecessary. It just is what I sense here, because it's like this something that's been ingrained that people might look at as cockiness and all this other thing. But I'm hoping that this is going to bring another group of women up that can defeat whatever, even if they did kill me or something. It didn't matter. That's that fearless energy. It didn't matter to me. Hopefully this leaves something for these women to have a word or a say so or something. Y'all know that's been my main thing, is looking at the acts of women and the way they were treated in here. And since my bloodlines would be the ones tapped into that and sharing that information with me, this is, I don't know, I feel like it's just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And me not asking these masculines for much of anything, really, you know, and or these feminines or these other energies that were coming in, but the truth. And I feel like they just, somebody is just like, y'all not about to do that. So it's almost like a Jesus energy dying, like they probably wanted me to die off or something. But it's like, we ain't gonna wait 3 days. Just get back up and start doing what you was doing. All right? Because we talking, this is the living Bible. We talking living gods. We talking about we are the ones we've been waiting for. We in the Bible. Okay? And this is prophetic, oracle of God work. You don't just wake up today and say, oh man, you know, that's the job I want from this. No, this is something that somebody was born and bred and worked very hard to do, no matter what people on the outside think. See, because they'll tell you, put God first. And people say, yeah, you got to put God before your children, your family. And I used to say, you crazy. You know, I got to take care of my... And then now I see, when that actually happened to me, I was forced into it, didn't even really realize it, that putting God first is almost like putting yourself first. And then, you know, when you can do that, then you can do more. And so it's almost like, now I see. But when you do that, your job, your work might be getting a little bit less effective. Your house cleaning might be, you know, because I think these visits have happened throughout the test of time. I feel like I was born when this happened to my mom. And there's preservation of some of these people, your blood, your whatever. And then it starts, so it happens again, maybe 20 years later, or this and that, or like 30 years later or something. It's this thing that happens. They look for this is a harvest, I want to call it. And sometimes there are 4 girls, which makes me think about these 4 apples on the head of this King of Cups. And this could be another reason why the King of Cups didn't want to choose me, even though everything was perfect and everything, between the connection as friends or whatever, or you know, having love or whatever for each other. I feel like it wasn't because of anything else, but I feel like that maybe he didn't want to, you know, give me up to whatever, you know. I don't know. Sometimes somebody know more, you know, God seeing stuff you ain't see. So it's also making me think about Martin Luther King saying, leading my people into a burning building. But it's like somebody saying, you couldn't even be patient. I could have like molded you or whatever. I could have helped you, but you just, something changed when I came in, motherfucker, you running. Like, I feel like that's what I feel is happening here. All right. So it says, but I feel like there's 2 in Jerusalem, 2, 3, 4 couple in Jerusalem here. Okay. Yeah. Cause I feel like there is a Lord God energy and a God energy and a Lord energy. Okay. I feel like in Jerusalem, in the son of dust. So that's 4. Which is making me think about a son of the desert for some reason. I'm trying to. Oh, okay. See, yeah, the king. This 4 of Pentacles, King David. You know, this makes me think about this city right here, the son of this dust, and then or the sand of the sea, and then this white town here, but it still has some yellow in it. Oh, and this one still has white in it. Okay. So, anyways, and I'm not talking necessarily skin. I mean, I know that's what it kind of mean, but I'm also talking about like the real meanings to those words. Okay. So yeah, when you were born, no one cared for you. So this could be talking about that somebody was a black sheep cut off from the family. People didn't care. They try to act like you wasn't doing something amazing and great. They want to give you your flowers after you dead. Okay. Kind of like, or if they can't pull you back down in the barrel, then they'll make up some lies about you or something. Or again, whatever. Okay. Yeah, this is what this is talking about in real life, and that's just it. And 4, this is 16 and 4, Ezekiel 16 and 4. So this made me think about the 4th month. So it actually made, oh, so it's telling me they, okay, because they can't use the temperance no more to try to mix up. Okay, so this might mean that, so April Fools. Okay. So April Fools, this is making me think that somebody wants you to think that somebody died, but now this is separate from anything we just said. This is just energy here, an energy read or channeling. Somebody wants somebody to think that they died on the 1st. In all actuality, this might be even somebody trying to make somebody mad to explode, okay? And maybe they didn't get the reaction here. Or somebody to think that they left them and they're not going to choose them, and actually there's still hope or something here, okay? So this is talking about illusions and things like this, possibly that have been going on with some of us over the past couple of weeks. I was about to say covert. But yeah, that's what this is making me think about. When in all actuality, somebody is not dying, they're actually being born right now. You might have thought you were born before, but so this is the I'm coming out energy, because at first you were just in this thing being watched, and some council of elders maybe came together. When they say that, that makes me think about ancestors or the 24, okay? And yeah, but I do feel like somebody was trying to put a switcheroo here, okay, possibly, all right? Or they wanted me to perceive it that way, as if somebody else was going to get that to infuriate or rile the dragon or the lion. There might even be a couple other girls that went through this type of so-called initiation or this kind of something with the spirit realm. All right? Yeah. Yeah, so it says, when I first saw you, your umbilical cord was uncut. Now, this could be also when a man leaves his mother and father, but it's almost like, what if a man, let's put it this way. What if a woman, okay, was being looked at as society as a man? So she didn't even know. Like, this is a feminine energy. Say, in my instance, I feel like when I first woke up, I'm thinking, yeah, feminine all the way. I'm a woman or whatever. What you talking about? And then I start feeling like, wait a minute. Some of the stuff that they saying these divine masculines is doing sound like some of the stuff that I do or I've done in the past. You know what I'm saying? And so it made me think, well, damn, am I dissing somebody that is a feminine that's coming? You know, so I had to get the whole thing like under wraps. That really we talking about that Adamic or pre-Adamic race that is have a certain kind of DNA makeup here, okay? And yeah, so it took me a while to get a grips on that, because sometimes when they wanted me to be looking at myself as a feminine energy, maybe even sending bad stuff in dreams or whatever about, you know, demons or something in sleep, didn't they want me to be in the feminine energy? But when I'm standing strong or whatever, then you in the masculine energy. So it's just kind of was just confusing, okay? And I feel like maybe others have had to deal with this, or maybe it's just the one that's like that, the one that's in this reptilian wreath here, okay, that was, you know, tagged at birth, okay? And so this makes me think about that. And so again, this person being dumped out, actually. And she left her 2 wands behind. And these 2 wands were testing out other feminine energies in her, on her platform or on her, you know. And kind of like when she come back home, she could smell the stench when she go. Because at first I feel like I was coming out of something, and then I'm sneaking back in, going back in and out, like testing the water or whatever. But while I was coming back in, I feel like I could sense these other women that they was trying to put in that spot here. All right? Because like, it's almost like, but whenever you need me, you come on back or whatever. And I feel like that's what this is or whatever. Almost like Truman about to lead a Truman Show. Right? Yeah. Like, what would happen if he would have just went on out, okay? After the world watched him grow up and everything, it being in this centered kind of like one ring circus energy here. All right? Okay, and I feel like maybe that's when I lost the wisdom. But, you know, okay, a piece of wisdom that Solomon or could have or could be about to, okay? And I feel like this kind of thing played out last year, and maybe that's where it was the masculine's turn. And this is just weird. Y'all ain't gonna understand this whole part. So let's just not talk about it, okay? Yeah. But it's saying here that you're no better than the people of Canaan. Your father must have been an Amorite and your mother a Hittite. Okay, when you were born, no one cared for you. When I first saw you, your umbilical cord was uncut, and you had been neither washed nor rubbed with salt nor clothing. Okay? So this could be a grown, like, you can't raise a man energy, okay? Like you still was living with your mama, okay? When I met you. This could also be somebody connected telepathically to their mother spiritually, okay? Their mother figure or their earthly mother. Or this could be an abandoned baby that was born and put in a basket, okay? Like Moshe or something like this, okay? Yeah. It says no one had the slightest interest in you, okay? No one pitied you and cared for you, okay? On that day when you were born, you were dumped out into a field and left to die unwanted. Whew! Lord. Okay? This could be the cornerstone that was rejected by the builders. Yeah, washed, so made white, okay? Rubbed with salt. Okay, this could be something like abrasive here. You know, yeah. Okay, or clothed. This could be somebody getting a robe, or it's making me think about graduation. It's making me think about taking on somebody else's name, probably. Or somebody that will be getting etched into somebody else's family tree. See, because the one that they hung on that tree, and Jesus died on a cross. It just so happens that the husband's coat of arms is a cross. Okay? So, this is where the confusion comes. Because, is it the person that I met as a teenager that if we look at them now, they don't really, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, was the real family line, and now this new person is not the family line? Or is it, you know what I'm saying, it's just something weird. I can't get that part. So this is the part that made me go back and forth in my head. Yeah. This even making me think that somebody might be also going out using my family name. Okay? That might have snuck in and took my family. Because then if you think about the thing about Hebrew marriages and sex and stuff like that, that kind of sex, that when you do have this, you're intertwined with this person as a wife. So again, hell. Okay? The spirit of Solomon, okay? But only the grapes represent the abundance of a feminine energy, or her clusters or her eggs or something like this that he has wrapped all around him. Yeah. So again, I feel like this is what this is. Oh, it's almost like two what was it? When Davina on the original, when she was like, she went to her ceremony, but that mean lady or whatever, they wanted to embarrass her some more, and they didn't want to give her flowers or whatever. Yeah. They just walked right past her and gave all of the sash and all the things to the other people, and they didn't give it to her. But it's only because she was like the most powerful one, though. Yeah. But I came and saw you there covered with your own blood. Wow. And I said, live, thrive like a plant in the field. And you did. You grew up and become tall, slender, and supple. Okay, so this is making me think, okay, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is talking about one of these feminines. I'm seeing 4 feminines. And this is somebody coming to them, saying something to them, and then them reminiscing on something that happened with them And because this is one of those people that might have been on attack mode, okay? They might have got aware that I said something, all right? And I feel like this person had to go back and think about what they've been through and then look at something in a different way. I feel like this is what this is talking about. And then you grew up and became tall, slender, and supple, like a jewel among jewels. And when you reached an age of maidenhood, your breasts were full formed and your pubic hair was grown, and yet you were naked. Okay, this made me think about, okay, because like I said, that's about what I'm saying about even college girls that go off to college and, maybe party and then meet other men, older men, and do trick off or whatever. But still, in a small town USA, there's these women that's battling all these other systematic things here and their own things that they've done too. Same thing. It's just the same thing. It's where you end up at. Okay, you are like a product of your environment. Okay, it's just like that ass might become world class when you go to college, and you know what I'm saying. When you in poverty, you may not be getting no flowers or nothing. You may not be getting nothing from these people, but like, yeah, I'm sorry, it ain't working out or something. And then, but you never know. Like, again, I feel like at this time when you come out of you're supposed to be having some suitors here. Okay. You're supposed to be having some suitors here. And I feel like, yeah, that's what happened here. Somebody didn't want somebody to have suitors. They wanted them to go back down to the ground where they feel like they brought them from. But they don't realize that's maybe what my message is today. That's something else more powerful, something else more something. I think they underestimated some of us and formed us before that. And you can't look at those particular things and try and say that, about a person when we may even be talking about these people that are actually in America infiltrating or hijacking American energy and stuff like that and sending it to other places here. I'm more concerned about that sexual immorality than me asking somebody how many people they slept with. It would just be like, well, let's just get a test and then be in a relationship at my age now. Okay? That's just what it would be for me. But I feel like somebody want to say something here. But I feel like also somebody might have been saying something about somebody. I feel like I said, this is the energy of people being nosy. Okay? And I feel like somebody did get caught doing something. Okay? And then somebody decided to maybe look at that person too. And then that's what I'm saying. But it's generational energy. These women were born and bred for that too. What they used to call the whippersnapper. Okay? They was born for that too. And bred for that reason as well. So it takes time and it takes us knowing who we are to know where we're going. And again, I feel when we talk about India Superior, if you look at some of them buildings and stuff that they have, man, some stuff was going down. And I feel like this is before Christianity or anything like this. So that part of it, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like some of us just never witnessed that kind of that hedonism or whatever the hell it's called or something like that. It's just was, but I know girls that was in high school. So, I don't know. But I feel like this could be a masculine comparing this. But then somebody is saying, wait a minute, how you acting? And how was them people? If these people that I knew back then and they think they know me now or they know me now, like, come on, man. That's why I'm saying this had something to do with this energy of this Jerusalem. I could see. I don't know about y'all hometown, but it's a small world after all around that motherfucker where I grew up. So that's what I'm saying. All right. I hope y'all following me here. I mean, and this is just really me freestyling and I'm just being real here. We just keeping it real about situations here. Because I feel like this is what somebody was wanting to lead me here for some reason. Okay. And I'm just like, not so, like, what are you doing? Okay. But I'm going to go through it though. I'm going to do it. I'm not scared. You see what I'm saying? I'm not scared. Yeah. Yeah. So thrive like a plant in the field. Okay. And you did. You grew and became tall, slender, and stuff. Okay. So I feel like this is also somebody telling somebody be fruitful and multiply. I told y'all, if I was trying to figure out if this is demonic energy or just something natural. Because lately, I've been, after just being a while now, you know what I'm saying? um, Sometimes at night it's just like something going on, like something getting heated up or something. And I'm just like, why is that doing that? It goes back to me saying like, it feel like at some point during this journey, even just regularly at home, like a year ago or a year and a half ago, it's like everything was fine. I was on this journey. I thought God was looking at him since everything in my house was in order or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, but then at some point in time, something felt like it's like, I don't like when you do that. Like, and so with my dad telling me the same thing happened, like a divide with his mom and, when it came to her relationship with God and the word of God and how he could see the energy on his dad fuming sometimes. Okay. And it was the same thing I was going through. My relationship with God became more important. And the energy of my husband was fuming amongst me. Okay. So things were happening in the household that didn't normally happen. Never within these 2 years. So it make it wonder why these people would be trying to exploit or expose what's going on in the household and make it seem like it was so bad. But there are things that I did see that made me want to go within myself and wonder why I'm putting up with these things. Okay. It make me have to question what I'm looking for and what I'm doing and what I'm moving towards. But two, how do I know if these suitors that is just telepathic because of who we are going to be the same way? How do I know that they're not going to hurt me? How I know this? How I know, what I'm saying, if I go jump off this ledge and do this, that this is what God want me to do. Okay? To actually leave my family and go off and do this, to change the world or something here. Okay? So I had to get over that too for a while. All right? And that's just what I see here. Okay? And I'm saying this because this is kind of giving back some of the cultural things that we may have been lacking. You see? It's like when you go over your auntie or your grandma's house and you hear these stories or whatever that kind of help mold the future for you that you may not even heard before. Or the ones that you heard when you were small that helped you have a little piece of something. Where other cultures have been able to hold on to these things for decade after decade. But when it comes to American so-called black people, it's like it's against the rules for us. So that's why I say about being careful about cancel culture or whatever else they talk about in schools that they don't want to teach or whatever. Okay, this whatever curriculum they're talking about. Just, so it's almost like we find out that everybody ain't from Africa and then people don't want us to talk about slavery no more. But we, it's always honesty is the best policy so we can move forward. But it's like somebody wants us to forget about that. And then it's almost like that energy of this large group of people that have these talents and these things. They want to X them out and not let them come into heaven. So then now your children can be pulled towards that energy and leave you kind of like behind. And that's what I'm saying. That's where that Islamic energy comes in for me. Where these people are trying to maybe make up cases against women now since they're done doing what they're doing there. And they've chosen the children that they want to take into heaven. And then these parents, these women end up missing or not able to be prosperous moving forward. That's a concern of mine for some reason. I don't know why the ancestors want me to go there, but that's where they wanted me to go. All right. And also this live and thrive. So it's like, it's okay. You was born, whatever. I'll find you, whatever. Now going on out, and then, but your babies though. Like a plant in the field. So it's funny that that's what this girl is doing here. This Queen of Wands is going out, put her plant in the field. Yeah. I mean, this is like real life here. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's my stomach. Yeah, because it's talking about pubic hair here. I mean, so we must be like I was correct. What we talking about here? It says later when I passed by and saw you again, you were old enough for marriage, and I wrapped my cloak around you to legally declare my marriage vow. So this might be, oh, okay, so this made me think about this. Like he saw this person wherever she was naked, okay? And then he went ahead and put the purple cloak over her. Purple rain, okay? So this is a selected person here, possibly, for somebody. Thrive and grow. So I feel like, yeah, this is talking about even plant your field or start your business or something like this. But it's making me show the fact of why I keep saying, you know what you did. Y'all know y'all was messing with my platform. So maybe even with the way the sun is coming in here, like you don't have to be frustrated or fear. It's like, you know, let's start over. You know, I'm here next year or something like this. So I feel like this is a second chance, or somebody saying you only live once, but actually Source is going to give somebody a second chance because they found out, you know, the answer. Somebody has been judged for something here. Okay? So this is what I feel. Okay? Here we go again. All right? Maybe. Rub with salt. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Somebody came back around and, oh, the 8, the infinity sign. So I wrap my cloak around you, okay, and I signed a covenant with you. Oh, so this might be talking about a soul contract. And you became mine, okay? Yeah, maybe a soul contract here. 9 and 10. Okay, there's that 9, 10 again. Okay, say then when the marriage had taken place, okay, I gave you beautiful clothes. Okay, so I don't know about this part though here. Okay? Because again, I don't know. But wait a minute. Later I passed by and saw you again. You were old enough for marriage, and I wrapped my cloak around you to legally declare my marriage vow. Okay, this is talking about something here. Okay, maybe this is wife of God energy though. But God got 4 wives. Maybe God is the King of Cups, or a descendant, like he's a descendant of the King of Cups, or even King David here with the 4 pentacles here. Okay, because also look, he's wrapped in this cloak right here. So maybe this is talking about King David, and King David could be a woman. You know what I'm saying? This time around, or something like that. But this cloak of protection is, I feel, to protect one of these masculines or a feminine, or however you want to look at it. But they chose this person here that they hold tight, the idol. So they chose the idol that they hold tight over the person that took. And I told you, this is the black energy. This makes me think about the black bloodline or a surname. That's protecting David. So this is, yeah. Also, yeah. Okay, so I feel like that's what this is. So this might even be divine masculine talking to divine feminine, or vice versa. But, oh, this is where the doppelganger energy comes in. This is where it comes in. Okay, hold on. Well, look at this. Okay, so they have Parvati, the goddess of devotion. Excuse me. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. But this is also kind of like throwing shade, because I feel like this part right here is talking about somebody that leaves. This talking about a masculine or a feminine party that usually leaves, or is a shapeshifter energy here. Or they have another them. It's like the real person, him or her, and the fake one, or something like this. So I feel like what happens within this family is people attached to the family, but then they take the wealth and stuff to a third party, or an idolistic woman, okay? A foreign woman, or a foreign car or whip, okay? So they sign the document, they marry you, so they get attachment to that bloodline. Maybe royal or regal or first family bloodlines. First family of Virginia, the black first families of the Black Waters, things like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gave you beautiful clothes and linen and silk and embroidery and sandals and made of dolphin hide. I don't know. Okay. It says here 16:3, your mother a Hittite. Okay, so somebody's mother being a Hittite. Okay. Oh, or Haitian. Okay. ITT. Okay. Moors, maybe. Okay. So the Amorites and the Hittites were nations who turned their back to all knowledge of God. This is, I'm telling you, this is God telling them stop worshiping them idols. And this is what this is. So the masculines come into American women's households, love bomb them, okay, breadcrumb them, six of pentacles, okay, and then end up taking their riches and wealth that they gain from that marriage, however it happens, okay, and shares it with these other women, this bunch of women right here. But all along, they looking at the one that they almost had, or they looking at the one that got away. And I don't know, out of spite or whatever, maybe it seemed like they don't come back, but maybe a new thing is going to happen. That's why this pentacle is here. Okay. It's almost like as a child, like go back to like your teenage, like essence, that funness or something like this here. All right. So maybe whatever this is will make a king not die. Maybe this death will be in reverse here. Okay. Yeah. And maybe this will put the way to make us better people. Okay, so the devil energy in reverse here, and the king of swords energy that cuts people off in reverse, and then this energy of not knowing which way to go is over. Because I feel like this is some kind of self-discovery or discovery here, okay, but maybe it's not working out the way it's supposed to, because maybe now that it's too late, because something might have happened with this masculine energy or feminine energy. So whoever I'm supposed to be going towards, okay, something happened with them that might put that shit in reverse still, okay, and guess what it is? Magic. And some king of wand, cock blocking, along with his woman probably, or his man, whoever, okay? Vice versa, queen of swords energy. Okay, and why we got the king of cups in reverse too? Okay, but we have somebody coming to take this woman and child to calmer waters. Because whatever judgment they were trying to call on this family is in reverse now. Okay? And then because of this crafty counsel or these tricks that they was doing in the dark, whatever's being done in the dark is being brought to light. But it also puts the lovers in reverse here. But the star is born. All right? But along with the star being born, this is in reverse here. No more heartbreak. Wiping away all their tears. This person is sitting here, crying here. This person, is going to stand tall for somebody here. All right? And I feel like maybe the cup is full and I can hear this masculine like, now what the hell is you going to do? And I'm still like, I feel like that's what I feel, okay? And we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there. My mouth is dry. Like I'm feeling a little bit, weird or whatever. Like I just need to catch up here, okay? Yeah, but I feel like this is talking about the feminine energy. Why I told you it feels like somebody else is living the good life that I should be living, but somebody has formed someone else in my likeness, and this person is actually, that's what I'm saying, identity theft. I can't call it nothing else but that. Somebody is running around masquerading himself in this energy. And it's almost like through whatever has been going in the sleep realm or in the subconscious or through mind control, manipulation, hypnosis or something, that maybe at some point in time being unaware, and we have to know these things, man. This is Ezekiel 16:11. It's saying, I gave you lovely ornaments, bracelets, and beautiful necklaces, and a ring for your nose. I don't know what that's talking about, okay? And 2 more for your ears, and a lovely tiara for your head, And so you were made beautiful with gold and silver, and your clothes were silk and linen and beautifully embroidered. You ate the finest foods and became more beautiful than ever. You looked like a queen, and so you were. Your reputation was great amongst the nations. Okay? So it's something about 14, 13 or 14, because that number was flashing up when we were talking about age the other day, or a certain time frame. And it says here, your beauty, it was perfect because all of your gifts I gave you. Or maybe somebody was just already beautiful inside and out, but again, okay. Says the Lord God. Okay. Yeah, but this would also be the way I was looking at a divine masculine or a divine feminine at one point during the beginning of this journey here. But this could be how the masculine, the Taurus, could have been feeling about me when we met. He was very giving. So that's why I feel like this is going off to be a King of Cups or a King Solomon, King of Pentacles energy here. That is a giving person. That spoils somebody. Right? So I'm also thinking that this has something to do with like astral traveling or something here. So, like men are from Mars, women are. It's almost like some people have something, man. Even I'm here in the east of the garden might be like the eastern a different hemisphere or right brain, left brain. This could also be this masculine talking to another woman after being around her or with her for 12 years. Okay. This would be talking double life energy here. And when I say double life, this could be a masculine that had been replaced by someone in their likeness. Okay. Because when we talk about invasion or alien invasion, it's not going to be what you think. The people is not going to be like green people running around. Okay. So, or just even when we're talking about science and people talking about like who even made up something about a clone or something like this. So what I'm saying, but these are people that's usually maybe narcissistic, but they're, they do their, the minimum of survival. Okay. And maybe they've been put to sleep. It could be a mental alteration. Okay. To make somebody forget how they were as a husband or wife, to make them, I feel like this is what this is, man. Like somebody has the dial, they can turn it, and somebody sit there and laugh about this shit, okay? Yeah. I mean, y'all seen it on like these movies and stuff when somebody like hypnotizing somebody and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah. And they'll do anything somebody say, it's just like that, or compelling someone to do something here. Yeah. It says, but you thought you could get along without me. You trusted in your beauty instead, okay? And you gave yourself a prostitute to every man who came along, okay? This could be a male or a female saying this to a male or a female, okay? This could be somebody that's a paid prostitute, a professional prostitute, or what do you call it? Escort. Or somebody that could be looked at as a prostitute because they have a lot of sex. It could be either or, okay? And it says, to every man who came along, your beauty was his for the taking. You used the lovely things I gave you for making idol shrines and to decorate your bed of prostitution. Unbelievable. There has never been anything like it before. You took the very jewels and gold and silver ornaments I gave to you and made statues of men and worshiped them. When this is adultery against me, okay? So again, you can break down adultery if you want, but this is what this sounds like here, okay? It's almost like a payback or a blame game or whatever here, okay? But what I feel is whatever may have been going on with the astral energy with some of us feminines were not aware. If we were aware, we would have been finding out how to put a stop to it, or we would have been doing something like this. But I do feel like there's things that have been projected into our minds or that actually do go on in another realm when it deals with us. And some of this is just made up random lies. You know, I do think there is a secret something in the background here, okay, in your sleep realm. I really do think it has something to do with that. Or even some of us may have been already duplicated or replicated, right? Yeah. Because I mean, I know it's saying I gave you this crown and all these jewelry. Nobody never, gave me a crown or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this could be reference to many different people or something that goes on traditionally amongst certain people. And it may not look the same if you come from the hood as it do if you come from a privileged family. If you see what I'm saying. Okay? And it says you, so 18, okay? You use beautifully embroidered clothes. This might be talking about, I'm hearing sexy lingerie, okay? I gave you to cover your idols. And you use my oil and incense to worship them. You set before them, imagine it. The fine flour and oil and honey I gave you. You used it as a lovely sacrifice to them. And you took my sons and daughters, okay? So this, I feel like this is in general. I feel like this is talking about a leader here. Somebody in power here, okay? That's being judged here. I don't know why I'm hearing light foot, okay? A wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, Hittite energy here, okay? Because I remember I did that video and I said, if Chicago won't be cleaned up, they're going to need somebody with a heavy foot, not a light foot. I mean, it was a joke or something, but okay, enough. Anyways. Yeah, as a lovely sacrifice to them, and you took my sons and daughters, and you had born to me, and sacrificed them to your gods. Okay, little gods. Okay, so yeah, this makes me think. This is making me think that we just need to know more about these kind of things here, and maybe somebody like me had to experience these things, and others to talk about them to know what this is talking about here. Because I don't have sons and daughters, I just have daughters, but so like I'm saying, I'm thinking this is a cultural, tribal, collective thing. Okay? And they are gone. Like the other day when we talked about, God said, or certain people would say when a child is 7 or a child is this age, they get taken away. And I'm just telling you, we got to just be able to see what this shit is saying. I mean, I don't know what y'all. Because this is kind of how I'm looking at my children and seeing faces now and seeing their attributes and saying, man, y'all changed a lot. And it's just that. It's almost like Mary of Nazareth, the mother of God, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Again, this is making me think about children that was taken to heaven. Whatever. Take me to another place. This also made me think about, the grapes here that we're seeing with this devil got somebody coming to get this lady grapes. It's like, even if this not these earthly children, spirit baby energy, okay? That's what we call it here, spirit babies. Because the tree of life is going to know. That's why he said don't touch it. And I think God listened to that tree because it's kind of like the apple of his eye or whatever. If they vibrate high. But if these people can destroy you and break you down and make you vibrate low, I think that then he can't hear you or whatever. I don't know. It sounds crazy or whatever, but I'm here to just give it to you, like break it down in many different aspects and give it to you like this and cast the seed and say, okay, there you go. It's just like you can believe it, take it if you want, not whatever. Okay. And so again, it's either going to make sense to people or it's not. And this is the last little piece right here. Okay. And I'm not even going to finish reading it. Y'all can read it if you want or whatever. Yeah, in addition to all the other wickedness, woe upon you, says the Lord God. You built spacious brothels for your lovers. Okay, well, let's finish this. Okay. Let's finish this part here, okay? Because I think someone needs to hear this. Maybe, I don't know. All right. So this might be talking about more of a feminine or masculine energy, okay? That is building something here, okay? You build spacious brothels for your lovers and idol altars on every street. Okay? Streetwalkers. Oh. Okay, I wish I could every girl in the world. So okay, so this what I'm saying. So this is a feminine god challenging a masculine god. Or vice versa, saying this is what you chose to do. You got these what do it say? Row houses? Row. Why is it? Maybe I should look at that coat of arms. I'm hearing row and seeing ROE. Okay. Yeah. And idol altars. Okay, idol altars could also be using idols to penetrate the minds or alter the minds of the people as well here. Okay, or giving them your mindset, taking off pieces of your akashic and pieces of your memories, pieces of your pineal, pieces of your identity, your etched in DNA, and trying to alter somebody that's in the likeness of you or from somewhere else into you. This also made me think, I told y'all before, I'm hearing that somebody has made a mold of somebody's private parts and branded it, okay? All right? This is what I am hearing. I'm also hearing that this, okay, and idol altars are streetwalkers, okay? All right, prepping up these foreign girls that are hungry and have that drive and using them for whatever this is here. But the whole thing, I always wonder if the American girls, okay, they're still sitting here probably waiting on their divine masculine to show up, which is, or thinking they just only have to deal with this person in their mental, which can lead to people starting to question the mental health of black women or so-called black or real American Indian women, all right? Because of the gifts that we have that other people will not have because you're a different breed. Also, they have artificial increased or otherwise energy as well. So some of us may have been having to get in a ear hearing aid, and some may have to get something removed so they can't hear. So this made me think about Telegram or Alexander Graham Bell or something like this, okay? Also made me think about these pipelines that everybody's up in arms about and what that really might represent. Okay. And there you offered your beauty to every man who came by in an endless stream of prostitution. So again, this may be man on man, woman on woman, man on woman, whatever. Okay. But I feel like this is a form. Okay. This I feel is talking about some people in the likeness of God doing some things to have God judge for it. Period. The 25th right here that we go into next, making me think, so this person will have an excuse to go and take another bride. From the family line. Okay? Or another family line. All right? Naked. Okay? Look at the other card have her carving on her stomach, etched out something carved on her stomach here. So this is this is what I'm saying. Well, okay, let me tell you what I'm hearing. that some of you have your identity hacked. Okay? There may be a cousin or somebody in your likeness or somebody look close enough to you working as you. Okay? You supposed to take the downfall. So when these family members is done and they make all the money they can off the cash cow, the cornerstone that was rejected, the builders rejected, all this and that, whoever you are, the black sheep, it make you feel so bad about yourself that you can't even recover from it. Okay? All the grapes and everything gone. Okay? Sterilization, all these things, then they can be done with you here. When you start opening up, waking up, seeing, realizing what's going on, everything, what you think you know, and you see, nobody believe you. Oh, we should tell somebody, oh, this seems like a mental illness. No, motherfucker, I see what you're doing because I'm God's choke. And see, this is why it make it so funny. These people ain't gonna be able to get away with what they doing not this time. You just thought it was gonna be the white man or somebody else in this. You know what I'm saying? It's your own damn people, because we're not even dealing with we're dealing with a people that's not a people. Okay, we're dealing with a people that's not a people. We got Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely. Okay, and she's playing a harp here. Yes, y'all, this is what this is talking about here. All right. Okay, a spacious brothel for your lovers with idol altars on every street. This could also be talking about somebody being able to look at you on social media. You know, this is like handheld energy here. Okay. And there you offer your beauty to every man. It's not like, don't show your teeth to every guy you meet. So this is something that they feel like they done already invaded on the people. And some people might have been doing this. But some of us was not doing this when we was under judgment and when we were under this thing or after being cleansed by source. You see what I'm saying? And some of us was doing it before and some was not. Okay. So again, this is the energy, like even making me think about going out to the club and getting dressed. You know what I'm saying? And knowing you look good. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a feeling. It was a feeling. Okay. And sometimes just for a motherfucker to ask you for something, you be like, no, I'm fine. I'm married. Okay, sorry, y'all. Okay, them was the days, all right? All right. Maybe that's the people that's calling judgment. Because I feel like anybody else that I met, you know, over time, I can always still have a friendship with these people. Okay, we have the white buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Okay, and abundance comes from within, honey. All right. So an endless stream of this is talking about streaming, y'all. And them seeing the sun coming in the clouds. Or with his head in the clouds. Y'all nasty. This Bible is nasty. Hold on. Okay. And you added lustful Egypt to your prostitution by your alliance with her. My anger is great. Okay. This is also making me think about the Queen of the South. Yeah, this made me think about the Queen of the South. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the 3 feet in the South could be the D feet. This could be one of those feet could be my foot as an empress that been cut off, or an emperor that been cut off. And this is why you see on the world card. This is why you see on the world card, her leg is being put up. She's given a leg up, possibly, okay? Or a place to rest, a place of rest, okay? That's what I'm hearing, the good Lord here, okay? So we got this 3 of Cups. That's that third party energy. The one that's covered with the sun and gold, with all the abundance in her hair and dripping off her fingertips all the way down to the ground. It's even coming around the back. She's the abundant one. But this person, whether it be feminine or masculine, that now the Empress is sitting on this robe here. On her throne, she's sitting on this robe. But this person is sneakily putting his hand around that person. This made me think about Florida, which could be a sister energy. It's making me think about Memphis or somewhere down there, okay? It's also making me think about like California, Khalifa. It's also making me think about New York and Georgia, okay? And the same thing, the person that's clothed in the gold is getting breadcrumbs. The people that's wrapped in water or maritime families are getting balanced, the scales balanced for them. All while Sneaky Pete is walking away. And these masculines is straight juggling American women versus foreign women. Or American cars versus foreign. And that's just it. And they professionals at being night energy. Coming in and out. Okay? That's just that. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Energy. That's just that. That's what it meant. That's what it meant. This is the grandmas talking. Okay? This is the grandmas talking. And saying, not this time. I am peace. This is Su Shan Jing, the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. That's why they bring so much tumultuous times and strife and everything your way, because if you can't, especially with a Taurus dude, if you cannot be balanced on something, it's gonna be a mess around there. You know what I'm saying? But believe me, if you want destruction, it's gonna come. Okay, you wave that red flag, you're gonna get it. But you know what I'm saying? It might be real ugly. And so, again, like a bull in a china shop, yeah. And then your lustful Egypt, okay, yeah, prostitution by your alliances with her. My anger is great. Okay, so somebody is mad. And I think that was me, boy, this morning, goddamn, around there. I'm like, oh. And it wasn't even at nobody. It was like at the situation. It was totally at the situation. It's like generations of something, and they was just all coming up. It was just penetrating me in the chest. I couldn't even open my mouth. I just was sitting there just looking like if somebody saw me this morning before 10 o'clock, they knew I was mad. But it wasn't even like, it was just like a low burn. That. And so I guess Source said, let me go ahead and say something. Okay, let me go ahead and say something then. Okay. Yeah. This could also be the masculine being pissed off at me, okay? Or God. Living God energy, possibly. I don't know why I feel like maybe this is somebody else or something like this. I don't know. But therefore, I have crushed you with my fist. I feel like this is talking about abuse. Okay. Yeah. So I guess this is not a situation. Look, we got this 8 of Pentacles here. Somebody hammering something, chiseling something here. Also, we know that in that other deck, the star card has an E scratched out. But I feel like somebody, I saw on that one channel, I told you my sister's initial is an E. And my initial is S. The person had that E on their desk that one time. And I told you, I don't know if it's for Eve or something like this, or even the sister's name, or was it for Eastern Star or something like this. And then the person made sure they put an S. But I mean, it could be for Sag or Spirit. Okay, it could be for spiritual Sag or whatever her channel I think is named. But also low key, I'm just like, I don't know. But I feel like somebody set that Sag, but I feel like it's strange activity in this neighborhood. Okay? Maybe even next door. So this is also that energy of somebody trying to get somebody to leave. I feel like the Sagittarius energy might be the energy that's mounting a masculine, a succubus energy, or a buhag energy here. Because I was reading this chapter where it said this person, look, ain't you one of Yeshua's followers or something? And then the person said no or something like this. But when I seen this person one day, I'm like, you look familiar. You look real familiar to me. And that's all I'm saying. I asked the questions a little bit, but they got a little bit offensive when I was asking some questions. But I feel like something going on here. I'm going to say these two for when I come back. I feel like this is what it is. Okay? Yeah, I feel like some of this stuff is secretly hidden behind the scenes to make it seem like there are alliances here. And I feel like, and that's why I'm so scared for people, because you never know what somebody got you signed up as. You don't know what somebody got on your credit report. Right now, it's a free-for-all. Smash and grab was more than just what they showed you on TV. Okay? This could also be unions that was formed already and probably immaculate things going on, and lies being spread about these feminines, and they're being crushed some kind of way with a fist. And because I remember around that time when I went into the tarot community, people were talking about abuse and shit. I'm like, y'all see all this? Like, where's that station? Like, what part of my brain I got to tap in to see a motherfucker going on a date? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the spirit realm. Like, where is that? You know, like, I feel like somebody got me over there already and they just won't let me see what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I mean, that's just that. I mean, I'm talking funny, but I'm not. You know, like, this is what the energy that I was picking up at first, but then people changed they changed up the conversation. They changed up. So like how it say, you know, go down and confuse their language. Go down and confuse their language. Okay. So what that made me think like the whole conversation changed then. They might probably thought somebody got on to something here. All right. Yeah. So again, somebody reduced somebody into the hands of those that hate them, the Philistines, and even they are ashamed of you. Okay. You have committed adultery. Now, this don't have to be talking about me. This could be talking about somebody else. Okay. Also, this could be maybe somebody upset about the communication that I give. But if somebody is being beaten and harmed, should they just sit there and not, should they sit there and take it? It don't seem like the water is going to help. It don't seem like the earth is going to help. It don't seem like God is going to help. The only thing going to help is for somebody to realize that they motherfucking God. And that this all about them at the end of the day. All right? And to find their counterpart so they can be gods together. And this is what I feel, I have felt over time. Okay? It's almost like the Wailing Wall. This is a cry because nobody wants to listen. There's blockages. There's things that are being done physically, spiritually, and all other ways to block this. So that's why I feel like the night energy just comes in and whatever. But I mean, it take a motherfucker. Okay? That's what it's gonna take. And that's what it should take. Because again, like I said, the Empress is not just getting up, going everywhere, doing everything. The Empress, like I told you, it seemed like when those people on those African tribes get ready to get their daughter and send her off as an Empress, they do it in good stride. You hear me? She ain't gonna be wondering nothing. She's gonna know what's going on. She's not gonna have to fear anything. You know, they probably took a like a practice run, like when you go have your what you call it? Before you do the marriage, when you go practice whatever your walk and your thing, y'all know what it's called, the engagement, whatever it is. Okay, it's almost like that. I feel like there's binding rituals and all kind of things that are being done on people. So even if somebody do visit somebody, I feel like there's a witch or something that comes in because they want this Empress to be out and they want to be the only one around this emperor. So I feel like what they do is the woman will come along, just like when that person got abused when Moshe and Aaron and the Moabites and stuff was there. the jinn energy or the spirit of these other people that do this magic shit. Okay. When Moses and them left, they left that child there or that person there, and they got abused or something. They got harmed or whatever. Okay. This is what this has me thinking about right here. Either they was there and they got compelled to not remember, or, you know, some kind of mind issue here or something. I feel like whatever, if you know how when you go to the doctor, okay, when you go to the doctor, there has to be a feminine energy in the room with the doctor, right? So if in the abortion law they got a bounty hunter, a section about bounty hunters, this made, and then we were just reading about the chapter when they said, let's go see what we did to this person, see if